through these Wednesday offerings. So we're glad you're here. Teri Angel, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you, Ruth. I'm glad I'm here too. And thank you, everyone who has joined us. Let's take a moment to go into our hearts. The angels remind us that that is how we connect with spirit, with our higher self, with all of our support. And we're going to call them in now. So as you breathe into your heart center, just feel your energy, sense the area around you as we call in Archangel Raphael, the healing angel, coming in from the east. Archangel Michael coming in to hold this as a sacred space and protect us while we do this important work today. Archangel Gabriel bringing us clarity, helping us to understand what we are seeing and hearing. And Archangel Uriel. Uriel of the earth helps us to ground and balance and center. So let's do that. Let that breath that you're taking into your lungs flow all the way down through your body. See it growing into your root chakra and coming out the bottom of your feet like roots of a tree. And see it digging down into the earth, spreading out as it goes. And feel the centeredness that happens when you do that. Then breathe that energy back up into the root, letting it strengthen your legs, bringing you a sense of safety and security. And bring that balanced energy all the way back up into your heart. And we're going to anchor it there in the heart space. And with your next breath in, let's bring that breath upward, going up through the throat chakra, the third eye, and up through the crown, reaching up to the divine. And we're going to call in our divinity. We're going to call in Divine Mother to be with us, Christ to be at the center of what we are doing, and our Father God to oversee everything that happens here today. Any angels, our ascended masters, loved ones, we welcome you in to participate, to guide, to help us see what we need to see through this meditation. So breathe that divine energy back down through your crown, feeling this beautiful surrounding that just happened of angels and divinity. And we're going to anchor both the divine and the earth energies in our heart as we go through the rest of this meditation together. Just take a moment to find your center, find your balance, get comfortable, and we're going to go on an excavation trip. And I believe, Ruth, that we are definitely going back to our pyramid where they do so much teaching for us and helping us to understand things more fully.
Thank you, Teri, for all of that. So, it's interesting because what they showed me, so they took us to our boardroom. So, friends, if you're not familiar with our boardroom is a space in the ethereal realm, and it's got this huge oval table in it. Sometimes it's round, sometimes it's oval. And that's where we will meet with different guides at times, and we'll get an understanding of what we're working on, what we're going to be working on, or we might meet some individuals we haven't met before, but it's our boardroom. And that's where they took us, Teri, and they were showing me in the middle of the table is a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm seeing is that they use this pyramid to teach us things. And we know this is true. We've been brought there many times, but it's just interesting that they're showing us symbolically that that's what one of the things that they use for our learning is this pyramid. And it's also interesting because there's a number of folks here at our table. It isn't just the angelic realm. There's folks there from the galactic realm as well. Now, it is also really important to know that at this boardroom, we only allow in visitors with very high vibrational frequencies. We're not open to just anyone dropping in. And part of that is safeguarded by who's at our table. Archangel Michael, all the archangels, Christ, the vibrational frequency is so high that only those other beings that have very high vibrational frequencies can come in. So that is a safeguard for us.
It is. And I always say only love and light is welcome in here. So that brings in the divine energy, and anything that is not in alignment with it has to stay on the outside.
You're also now showing us on the table a replica of the planet. We do work with the planet a lot. We work with humanity a lot. And so that's what they're showing too, is this replica of how we work, who we're working with, and who we're trying to support. It's also important to know that the galactic realm, those that we work with, and the angelic realm are also in support of our planet and humanity. They've provided numerous healings and clearings and interventions in support of humanity. Teri, just looking around the table, is there anybody there that surprises you? Or anything you're noticing about the table?
What I'm noticing, and it's interesting, is usually we have like a packed room, and this one seems to be more condensed. It's more focused, I think. And I see that in between each being that's sitting around the table is an empty chair. I'm not sure what the significance of that is, but they did call my attention to that. So maybe we are calling in more light workers, more people to fill those chairs. It seems like there's a call to action here today.
Yes, I'm seeing that as well. I think, though, the empty chairs are actually more for our galactic light workers.
Like they're off on a mission right now, which I feel is very true. I think we have an influx of the galactic realm coming in to help us right now on our planet. We put out a cry for help.
Right.
Because there's so much going on.
We talk about the pregnant pause. which is when things are seemingly quiet, but you can feel that there's things happening behind the scenes and you know something is coming. And that's what it feels like sitting at the table. It feels like a pregnant pause.
Hmm.
You know, it's interesting. I am not comfortable apparently with just quiet. And so I asked, well, are we supposed to go into the pyramid? Nope, just wait right here. It's like, okay.
And it's interesting. I have a little pyramid that somebody gifted me, and it's here in the room. It's not directly in front of me, but I feel it. I feel the energy from it. It's orgon, I think is how you say it, and very powerful. But I just heard that Moses is here.
Hmm.
I haven't thought about Moses in a long time, but he is among the ones that is bringing wisdom to us right now, is what I hear.
So some of the ascended masters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
They just pulled up to the table a lot of chairs, including like a row back and a row back around it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like there's a teaching that's getting ready to come forth. And we're being guided by some really highly elevated ascended masters. I see Jesus at the head of the table.
You know, we've been doing interventions on behalf of humanity. And this feels to me like a planning session
Mm-hmm.
or another intervention. Is that, does that sync with what you're thinking, Teri?
It does. And when I saw Jesus, he was actually standing at the head of the table. He wasn't sitting in a chair. And he's just kind of observing now who's in the room. And it's almost like a question of who's with me, who's joining with me,
Hmm.
because there is something huge that's getting ready to take place. So I think it is more of a planning session.
These ascended masters that have filled some of these spaces, big names, big names. I just saw Einstein. And I do believe that some of these folks that have been with us show up in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
We've worked with a lot of ascended masters.
Yeah, it definitely felt like there's wisdom that's being imparted today. So it makes sense that Einstein would be there and Moses.
Mhm. Terry, I just saw Chief Phil Lane.
Mm-hmm.
And as more and more come in, more and more chairs are showing up. You know, friends, these meditation excavations are so interesting because Terry and I get to watch. And yes, I believe these things are happening anyway now, but we just get to watch it and many times participate in what's happening. Terry, above us, like it across the table, they're now showing like a holographic movie. Sometimes we compare them to IMAX movies because it's that kind of sweeping feel about it. This is a
Mm-hmm.
hologram movie. And it was starting with different nature sounds, nature of the 3D Earth planet. So
Yeah,
this,
they're showing different aspects of what's going on right now on the planet.
while they're watching it, I'm seeing there's more and more chairs coming in. So, you know, they've started with the presentation, but it's just going to continue happening that more and more energetic beings are showing up. It's interesting because what is showing up on the screen, I'm seeing is more and more nature views. And my brain wanted to bring people in, and it was like pushed out, and it was nature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm hearing that we are to learn from nature, that sometimes we put it just in this little category of, oh, that's a great thing for us to pay attention to, but this is the thing for us to pay attention to. What happens in nature, how they take care of each other, how they communicate. And that seems to be one of our breakdowns as humans, is that communication aspect. But all of nature communicates, whether it's through sound or through telepathically underneath the earth.
the healing aspects of nature that so many people ignore. We just get so busy in our lives and we forget to go outside and get your hands in the dirt.
And the physical healing that we can get from nature. There's so many herbs and healing plants that can help us. Yeah, we're really supposed to be paying attention to that right now. Getting back to the basics. It's so simple.
And the oneness with nature, the oneness in spirit with nature, listening to nature. This feels to me like almost like a think tank, ways to embolden and boost nature and those attributes of nature, like an intervention for nature on the planet. Like nature's being, they're gonna like supercharge, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's a word, supercharge nature and all of its healing aspects. And I heard the words, nature will heal you.
Mm-hmm.
I was just listening to Einstein talking that hmm,
Just hearing that all of the signs are there. Nature is going to teach us, but we have to be open to listen. I'm staying with one of my sisters right now, and she lives up on a mountain. And at night, the cicadas right now are so loud. And to her, to my sister, they're annoying, but they're not something that I experience all the time. So as I was listening to them, I'm listening and saying, what do you want me to know? What story are you telling me? Because all of nature tells us stories, but it's up to us to pay attention and to listen and not to try to block them out, but to really get the lesson that they want to share with us. So whether it's something you hear or see all the time or something that's new to you, just pay attention. What's it saying? What's it drawing your attention to? We get what we need from nature.
Water. They're showing me the benefits of water and the benefits of drinking water. And how their intervention is going to be supercharging water.
Mm.
Making it even that much healthier for folks to drink.
Right.
The fruits will be healthier. The grains will be healthier. Returning to the basics. Last week, there was a session on microplastics
Mm-hmm.
and getting away from the plastic. Return to your roots.
Yeah, and take a lesson from the plants. You know, their roots have to dig down into the earth for them to grow stronger on the part that we see. But all of that nutrition that they're getting, that's coming from the earth itself. And nature provides us everything we need. Whatever's needed for our survival, it's there.
You know, they've already gifted us the gifts of nature, which we tend to forget. We just take it for granted. They've already gifted us that. And now they're going to up it. And it is a call for us to not take that for granted. There's also a call for gratitude, for us to be grateful for the gifts of nature. They're showing ways to gift each other nature, help other friends come back to this place of connecting in with nature. Give somebody a plant, give somebody flowers, get somebody out on a walk, take somebody some fresh fruits and vegetables. Help others to feel this renewed connection. Also about your pets. Loving them, taking extra steps to take better care of the ones that you are responsible for. Let them love you more.
It's their job and they take it very seriously. They're going to show us that unconditional love. It's up to us to accept it, though, and to receive. But I'm also hearing, Ruth, the animals that are just outside in the wild. There's a lot of deer right now out and about. I've seen so many of them lately and so beautiful. But there's also the animals of the forest, the wolves, the bears, the coyote. We can learn from them. We learn how they interact with each other and their sense of community. And we can take a huge lesson from our animals to support each other and be there for each other.
And also being called to learn from the insects, the bugs, the insects.
Mm-hmm. The butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this hologram is really part of this teaching of getting back to the basics, getting back to nature. Start thinking from that smaller aspect to really understand more fully what's happening in the world, the bigger macrocosm.
Taking me back to that supercharging aspect. And I'm hearing the word love. So it's coming through as love from the angels, from everyone who's here to support the planet. So it's like water supercharged with love, fruits and vegetables, grains supercharged with love. And if we can see it that way and accept it that way, then it has even more healing capabilities for us. I think the fact that we have these things as food in the first place is a show of love from the Creator, that that's what was created to support us in body. And just sitting in that awe and gratitude. Used to be, in the olden times, people said grace before a meal, being thankful for that food. Hmm. Teri, I know that this as a planning meeting is going to go on and on and on. We aren't staying for all of that. It's just fascinating to know that those things are taking place behind the scenes as we go about our everyday life.
Yeah, it seems like this is what we would consider kindergarten, I guess, in our educational process, to get us back to that very basic concept of simplicity. Stop complicating things and just observe, step back and observe. Observe what nature does, how it just takes care of its own. You know, the animals, the plants, trees. Just learn the simplicity of life. And when things start looking complicated and chaotic, just get out there and put your feet on the ground. Find that centeredness, find that balance back in your life.
Yeah, really be grateful for the food, for the water. Just allow yourself to feel the love that it's coming to you from. Yeah, beautiful.
Mm. Yeah, I loved this today. That hologram, you know, there's many teaching tools, but when we can visually see something, it helps to bring it more real into our minds. So I'm hoping that those who are hearing this, whether live or on the replay, I hope you are having that experience of seeing as well as listening to us as we receive the messages.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Teri, for being here, and so much gratitude for all the beings that are in the boardroom that we were getting to experience, and such gratitude that we are given gifted nature. Yeah. Thanks, Teri, for being here. And friends, thank
Yeah.
you for being here at Enlightened World Network. And thank you for being willing to slow down in your day and take some time to go inward and just to hear what the messages are. So take good care. God bless. We'll see you all soon.
Bye, everyone.